Galcon Legends is a space strategy game that was developed and published by Hassie Enterprises in January of 2014 for Mac, PC, Linux, and iOS. The version I'll be reviewing is the PC version. Galcon Legends shows you enough to know where you are and what's happening, and that's about it. The space backgrounds look pretty cool though. There are some slight touches that are nice, like the fact that you know each planet is a planet and not just a circle by the way it's designed. They'll have little dings and dents, they rotate, and also have a dark side from the part that's not facing towards a star. The ships are just triangles, but for this game, they don't need to be anything else. There will be times where the screen will be filled with ships. It is very cool to see the screen filling up with your ships, but it can also give you a really sinking feeling if it's the enemy who has the screen filled with ships. They also have a decent selection of music that really pushes this game along. My favorite song definitely has to be the one from when you're fighting Banjo King. I mean, it's just a really cool song to hear, and it really puts you in the mood to fight these other guys. The way that the game plays is that you have planets which can produce ships. The bigger the planet, the more ships it can produce. You gain more ships on a planet through time, and it'll be indicated by a number on the planet. Now, to take a planet, you send your ships over to that planet, which will make the number on that planet go down. Many planets are not occupied by you or your enemy, and you can take those as well. It actually fits into your strategy since the more planets you own, the more planets you have that are constantly producing more ships. Your end goal in this game is to own all of the planets that your enemies have. To put a twist in this game, they also put in special conditions into some of the matches. Some of the matches it might be a three-way battle where you have to take out two enemies, and those two enemies are also trying to take everybody else out. Sometimes it'll be a 2-on-1, whether the extra person is on your side or the enemy side. Some of the later levels we see things such as enemies owning a weapon that'll permanently destroy the planet that you have that has the most ships on it, which will force you to change your strategy and not stockpile ships onto a single planet. Also, every enemy you fight uses a different strategy as well. For example, the Banjo King ships can fly faster than everyone else's ships, and the Phantom ships you can't even see him until you see what planet that he's actually attacking. One issue I had with this game was that the first time I would try to load it, it would freeze and not shut down, which means I would need to go kill the process. After the first time it does this, it runs fine, but that initial boot of the game was just a pain. Also, when you start up the game, whether it's a new game or you're continuing, it did force you to play through the tutorial every single time. Galcon Legends forces you to use strategies and plan out how you're going to attack your enemy. Well, if you're playing on a lower difficulty, you really don't have to plan and can just throw as many ships as possible at the enemy and still win. The harder difficulties do make you think though. It's a very simple concept that truly makes you step back and think about what you're doing before you do it. When you're in the middle of an intense fight that is really going back and forth, and it could be either side's game, that is really where this game shines. Even though you need to form a strategy, you need to be able to adjust and shift that strategy at a whim. Half of this game is fast thinking, and the other half is the satisfaction when you send out hundreds of ships to destroy an enemy. For Galcon Legends, I recommend you pick this game up when it hits a Steam sale.